Hi, my name is Nikki Buckelew with the Seniors Real Estate Institute, and as promised, we are back for video number 2 to talk about number 2 of the 5 essential strategies for serving seniors. And in video number 2, we're going to be talking about recognizing motivations for late in life moves. Not everyone has the same motivation for moving, clearly, and so we're just going to give you an idea about what some of the main motivations are for people as they age for making a move. And how is that important for you as an agent? Well, when you go in to talk with someone, you make a certain set of assumptions. We all do it. And what we want to do is just kind of give you an idea of what to be looking for, what to be thinking about as you're working with someone who's going to be moving into maybe an assisted living, an independent living, or downsizing later in life. Why seniors move? Why does anybody move, right? We all have life circumstances that happen, and some happen because we choose for them, and some others happen to us without our help, quite frankly. And so there are lots of reasons why people move. Seniors have a tendency to move for 2 different big reasons, and then there are lots of little sub-reasons behind that. So let's talk about the first one. Seniors move because it's need-driven. In other words, they don't want to move necessarily, but they need to move. And what can be some of the reasons for that? Well, one can definitely be physical decline. Someone is just unable to physically either care for themselves or maybe care for the property. They can no longer maintain it, and so therefore they decide to make a move. Also, maybe mental decline. And when I say mental decline, I mean in the terms of mental illness. Maybe that person has significant depression or anxiety, or even the potential of dementia. Certainly, in those cases where it's unsafe for them to live in their home any longer, they need to make that move. And so sometimes that will happen. Naturally, loneliness plays a part in that need-driven move. When somebody really needs to be in a social environment, certainly that can play into their need to make a move. What about transportation? As we age, sometimes circumstances dictate that we not drive any longer, and that could be physically tied, or it could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe eyesight. It could be certain medications that people are taking. It could be that they have had some sort of a surgery and they're unable to drive. When someone no longer has transportation, it makes it very difficult for them to remain independent in their own home. Sometimes it's a financial burden. People bought these homes and they're wonderful homes and they're large, and maybe they even have them paid off. But if taxes or the expense of maintaining a home is significant, it sometimes makes more sense for that person to downsize. And then, of course, there's always the issue of someone's significant other or spouse who may need additional care. Maybe one of the persons doesn't need to move necessarily, but the other one does, and in which case they both make the move together. Those are just a few reasons why seniors may make a move. Another large umbrella is lifestyle choices, right? As people age, their circumstances change, their desires, their dreams, their goals. They decide that, hey, let's do something different, which is a great reason to move. So some people will decide to downsize from a large home or a multi-level home into something more easy to manage, something more easier to maintain, clean. It's also sometimes so that they can travel more. It's nice to live in a gated community or a place where they can just lock it up and be gone for several months at a time, taking time to travel the country or the world. Also, exterior-interior maintenance. People just, over the years decide that there are other things they'd rather do. Maybe they loved doing the lawn there for a while, or they loved gardening, and now all of a sudden that's not a priority anymore. Maybe they would rather live closer to a golf course, or they would rather live in a resort community where their yard's taken care of. Lots of reasons people might decide to downsize due to exterior maintenance of a home. What about to reduce expenses? If someone goes from having an income to now having a fixed income, they might decide that it's time to reduce expenses a little bit, maybe make their money last a little bit longer. And then there's a really great reason that people will make a move, and that is to be closer to grandkids. I know we experienced this ourselves. You know, our daughter had a baby this past year, and as a result, we moved from our home in Florida to Austin, where our daughter lives now. And this is just a quick picture of, you know, we moved to Florida because we wanted to live on the water and have our boat, and it's wonderful, and absolutely we're blessed and glad that we were able to do that. We had been there about a year when our grandbaby was born, and guess what? She won. She won our hearts. And as important and as wonderful as where we were living was, it was more important to be close to our kids. So people move for a lot of reasons. And whatever that reason is, as an agent, it's very important that you figure out what it is that's important to them. Here are a few more lifestyle choices that people make. They prepare for future healthcare needs. You'll see that seniors will move into a continuing care retirement community in order to fix their costs in case they need additional care later on. They might move because of weather. They're looking for a better climate. They might move because their neighborhood has declined. You know, they may have bought a home back when it was originally built in a top-notch community, and if it's declined, they may make a decision to move for safety reasons. And then lastly, more time for traveling. You know, people may relocate to some place that is easier to fly out of or fly into. They may move to an area that is more prone to their hobbies and the things that they enjoy doing. So keep all of those things in mind. People who are moving for lifestyle choices have a lot of fun looking for their next property, and it can be really fun and rewarding to work with them. When you're working with people who have a need, it can be very rewarding as well in a different way. You get to be an advocate, and you get to serve their emotional needs as well as their physical needs as an agent, and that can be a really great place to be. So I want you to consider something else as you're thinking about the motivations for seniors moving. It gives you an opportunity to create a niche within your business that really fulfills the need of whichever type of client you want to serve. I know my preference was serving the older senior client, someone who was moving into, say, independent or assisted living. That was my primary client, and I loved that and enjoyed that. Other people may choose to work with the second home buyer, or the person who's looking for a vacation spot, or maybe somebody who's downsizing into a condo or townhome. Whatever the case may be, you get to carve out whatever niche makes more sense to you for the things that you enjoy doing. So I'm going to encourage you to think about all the reasons why people move. And I want you to dig into your database. Be thinking about all the people that you haven't spoken to in a while and give them a call. Find out who just became an empty nester and maybe thinking about a smaller place. Who has elderly parents that they may need to assist with downsizing pretty soon? Who recently retired and would like to maybe have a second home or maybe move into something that's more manageable for them so they can enjoy traveling? Who just graduated their last college student and no longer needs 4 or 5 bedrooms? And who maybe became grandparents? All of these are great questions to ask the people in your database, whether you decide to specialize in seniors or not. It's a great source of conversation that could spark some business for you. We're all about helping you build your business at the Seniors Real Estate Institute, and that's why we're doing this video series. It's also why we have some courses that we made available to you. One is the Seniors Success in Seniors Real Estate. It is a 7-session course you can do online, or we have a 2-day version that you can do live at different parts during different times of the year in different parts of the country. We also have the Senior Housing Professional Certification, that when you get involved in the Success in Seniors Real Estate course and you complete it, there are some other things you've got to do, but you can earn that certification. And it's just another way of saying, hey, I actually am committed to working with seniors. I truly care about them and have taken it to that level to get the certification. You can check that out on our website at seniorsrealestateinstitute.com, or you can go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/seniorsrealestateinstitute. So let's just do a recap of what the big 5 essential strategies for serving seniors are. We covered in video number 1 being aware of your local demographics. This video covered the motivations for late in life moves. And then in video 3, we're going to talk about familiarizing yourself with senior housing options. 4 is going to be understanding complexities of moves involving older adults. And the last video, video number 5, is leveraging professional services to assist senior clients. We hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. We'd love to see you on Facebook at our fan page, and any comments or questions that you have, come see us there. This is Nikki Buckelew at the Seniors Real Estate Institute. Have a great day.